Hello, good after evening.
Welcome back to What Up with Bronagh Diamond and David Doherty-Jebb.
And Bronagh back. Bronagh back.
I'm being a wee jet setter these days. Amsterdam 1 minute, San Fran next week.
Are you going
to San Francisco? I don't know why I have this feeling, but I'm like, what if they turn me away at customs? I haven't done anything.
But why would they?
I don't know.
They'll know.
It's because of all the rumours that are going about, and they're all like, oh, they're not letting anybody into America. And I'm like, but why? I only want to go for a week and come home again. Do you know what I mean?
Fuck, look, that the day you pay over for fucking Paddy's Day.
There you go. Yeah.
Worry not, love. Worry not. Don't fret.
I want to cycle the Golden Gate Bridge, but apparently you don't cycle it back again because it's really hard. Okay. So you just get on the ferry and come back in the water. Come back. Fuck that. Shit. I just jump off. Curtis was like, please don't go near the Golden Gate Bridge. You'll die. And I was like,
Did you hear about that guy who
he jumped off it and he survived?
He survived because he hit it at the wrong angle, but he broke every bone in his body.
He said, do you know that he said...
He changed his mind on the way down.
And the only two living people at the minute who have survived jumping the Golden Gate Bridge have said that their immediate thought before they hit the water was, I've changed my mind, I don't want to die.
Or, shit.
It would be, but wouldn't it? I immediately regret this decision.
It's round about now that he realised.
What about the fucking escapees from Alcatraz? What do you think?
Right, hold on. Sticking to the suicide thing, right? Do you think that those people...
Cheeriness.
Hold on, do you think those people didn't die because they didn't want to die? Like everybody else who hit the fucking water wanted to go, but the reason them two didn't die was because they went, no, actually, this isn't for me. Also, Alcatraz, hilarious. I'm going to go there. But imagine an Irish woman going to America and then going to prison on purpose. Like, what the fuck?
I went to it.
Did you?
It was class.
Was it?
Alcatraz?
It was the only good part about San Francisco, to be fair.
Was it?
San Francisco's a bit mental.
Is it?
Actually, to be fair, the baseball game was good. But
It's quite ethnically segregated.
Is it?
San Francisco, so San Francisco itself is quite white. Like black people tend to live in Oakland over the bay.
Yeah.
So Oakland's over. So
also, there's sort of ghetto-y.
Why did they do that? I know that there was, who was it? Colin, he's a very prominent black.
Colin Powell.
Colin Powell.
Was it Colin Powell? He said that his parents lied. They sent a white man to get the house that he grew up in. And they were fucking raging when they seen a black family moving into it. Because even though, obviously, not allowed to do that, they wouldn't have been approved for that house.
Because you can't prove.
So it is about, what? So what the fuck?
I don't know.
Why is it like that?
But
America's just like that. That's if you think about America's built. America and well, most of what it was the British Empire was built on racism. Like it was built on
the backs of slavery.
The backs of enslaved people.
Yeah.
So it's
the racial segregation wasn't the bit that I had umbrage with in...
That was all right.
That was...
What was it then? If it wasn't the racism, what annoyed you, Sean?
It wasn't the racism.
It was the fentanyl.
It's
the
bad.
zombies. Oh my god!
Probably the worst.
Fentanyl bring out a new bag and straight away they're fucking copying it in Hong Kong.
That's it.
I spent loads of money on my fentanyl bag.
So it's bad for homelessness?
The second we got off the wee fucking train, it came out the train station. It was in the same street we were staying for the hotel, and we were walking up that street, and I saw...
Are you on Sean Cam?
I'm not on Sean Cam.
Get fucking Sean Cam on so they can see
I should have set up Sean Cam, but I forgot.
Okay. Sorry.
But somebody robbed a fucking wee souvenir shop.
Right.
And I saw two homeless people beating the head of each other across the street. This is only on our way walking up to the hotel. We're like, geez, that was a bit mad. And then we got in.
To be fair, you could have got that on the Dublin Road.
You could have absolutely right.
Castle Street, aka Hassel Street.
Then we turned round to the.
Just saved your flight money.
We turned round to the guy in the hotel, and we says here, we were going to go to.
What did you call your hotel?
Oh, I can't remember what it was. I really can't. It was in Powell Street. I remember that.
The Golden Gate View Hotel.
No.
What area? You know the way there's different sections.
It was in
District.
Wherever a Union Square.
Right.
There's Union Square.
I bet you it's the same hotel I'm going to.
It's just down the street from that Tenderloin, which is meant to be the mad area.
Right.
The night before that, there was a mass shooting in there.
Can't wait to go.
And then we said to the guy, here we read loads that, like, it's maybe not best to walk around San Francisco, but we would be all right. Like,
Yeah, we're from Ireland, like we're from Belfast, know what I mean? Know what I mean?
we went. I mean, we saw like Chinatown's like a 20-minute walk away. We wanted to go and get some dumplings. You know,
Yeah.
we would be all right. And he says, "No, I'll call you a taxi." And we were like, "We'll walk. It's only 20 minutes." And he's like, "I'll call you a taxi."
Really?
And we were like, "Oh, right, okay." Then there was just so many instances. Like we went to Haight-Ashbury.
All right. Okay.
You know, like the big hippie area.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And sitting having breakfast, and there was like a load of cars in the street, and somebody just walked up and put his fist through a fucking car window and lifted out a handbag, ran on. And we were like, Jesus Christ, that happened right in front of us there.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Like, I forgot my keys sometimes, but like I haven't smashed the window in to get my handbag.
later that day, we went to, like the big gardens thing. It's like in Star Wars, the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm on about?
Yeah.
We went to there, and it was gorgeous. It was so serene.
Uh-huh.
And then we heard a car window being smashed behind us.
I can't wait to go. I love biz.
And
Drama.
same
Drama
fella.
and biz.
Same fella.
Same fella.
This is all
Was
the
it
same
the same
day.
fella?
No.
I
But
thought that was a major plot
That would have
twist.
been really good. That would have been good.
then on the day we were going, the day we were leaving San Francisco,
Was that the best day? By the sound of it.
We survived it. 7 days with no incidents.
we were fucking walking towards a train station.
How long were you there?
We were there 4 or 5 days.
Right.
And we
like
were
I'm going
walking
to the
towards
Hunger Games.
the train station, and there was like one of those like fentanyl fucking guys that like was just dandering across the road. He was wanking right on the floor.
What?
Yeah, he's wanking on the floor.
You just dropped that in there like dandering across the road. You couldn't lay with wanking.
No, he was sitting wanking, right? And then he went,
You couldn't
shit.
walk wanking. That would.
No, he
that
did.
Would be,
He
You
did.
walk and wank
That's,
at the same
that's the
time?
plot twist. He got up and he went, shit, I've something to be at. And
But I'm not finishing my wank.
but I'm still the wank, you know what I mean? So he was sitting, he waited for the green man to come up. And then
Green Cross Code.
and
Gets
then
him off.
he was still crossing the road, fucking jerking his
What?
shit. Like, yeah.
Choking his chicken.
Did he come
I didn't watch right till the
or
end.
did he go?
I felt like he was going nowhere with it, to be honest with you.
I was just
Flogging a dead
horse. Thumbing in a softie.
Thumbing in a softie.
I went to a sex show in Amsterdam and I got to watch two men thumbing a softie to a woman, and it was not erotic.
No,
Don't get me wrong, I didn't expect it to be erotic, but are you not entertained? But it was an experience. I wanted to watch the show because it was like, it's one of the last live phenomenons.
Yes.
You know, you can witness. So we went, and it was a great night.
theatre.
True theatre. I'm trying to
and
be
he-
fucking
roll up,
snobby
roll
about
up.
it, but really I just want to see
And
something.
she let it dribble down the inside of her leg. It was very, very true
It's a
to the human
ritual.
experience.
But we went, and it was great crack because it was the Moulin Rouge. That was the night. There was strippers and dancers, and it was a show. Do you know what I mean? And then there was the girl who came on, and she did a wee dance and all the rest of it. And then there was her mate come on, and he done the business. But it was like, it was very. I went to myself, am I jaded? Am I watching too much porn?
Yeah.
Like, why does this not?
Yeah, why is this not? Why is this
I'm
not
not
erotic?
shook,
now?
but the best part about that whole experience for me was watching the audience, like watching other people.
Yes.
Because we were sitting like at the side of a bar, and then there was an audience bit as well. But so we got good seats, if you know what I mean. And there was this young fella, and I heard him before the show started. He was all full of it. He was about 19, hair dyed blonde, very camp, right? And he was all, yo, like giving it all this, oh yeah, oh. And I don't know what it was. Don't ask me where he was from, right? But he was being mouthy,
He's been like
right?
wide.
And it was like, when's it starting and all this here? And see, whenever they started, I don't think he was out.
Okay.
When that woman got her titties out, I don't know if he had a smoke or what, but he went white as a sheet. He went like that. He was like, you
What
know,
a pair of ditties.
had a pair of titties, and then see whenever they
Oh,
started
rise
fucking,
up.
I was like, his mate on either side of him, like whoever they were, he just looked like he was having a nervous breakdown. So I was like, I really need to go over and hug that child or something.
Had it
Like,
hit him as like, if my mommy finds out that I'm watching two people bucket on stage, I'm going to be in big trouble.
I think he was disgusted by the whole. I think he was horrified.
It was the worst time in your life to realise you're asexual.
That's probably like he was full of beans 1 minute, and then the next minute he was just. And I mean,
Bucking
he
up
looked
as-
like he could have been.
When we
sick.
watched your man fucking emptying his beans on her face, I was
Yeah,
like,
he was just like, "This isn't for me." But it was fucking hilarious. There was this guy came up. Do you know?
Went home that day, joined the seminary.
Yeah.
He's a priest now.
You could say that was an anomalous moment. Ding.
At a sex show. Ding.
The word of the week is anomalous. Anomalous is something that deviates from the norm. So you think of
An anomaly.
Yeah. So he went there expecting to be entertained, and he had an anomalous experience where he
Being
ended
torn.
up being.
Did your man have an anomalous dick?
This is that, yeah.
He didn't,
Were they
right?
normal or were they big or like? Because I imagine like in order to be on stage, it would need to be maybe a bit bigger so people can see. It
I
from the
didn't.
back.
Now, apparently,
You're on the
according,
cheap seats.
I don't judge. I don't judge dicks.
That's what like his agent says when he's getting booked for them. He's like, he's got a dick for the cheap seats.
You can see the dick from the mezzanine.
Yes, that is perfect. Yeah, you can stand outside and charge him. Right? I piced myself laughing during the whole thing, but the best part about it was right watching human behaviour.
Yeah,
Do you see the men who were out the front and they were like security?
yeah.
See at the start, whenever they were trying to entice you to come and see the show, nice as fucking ninepence, right? Couldn't have been
Nice as
nicer,
ninepence.
right? See, whenever we had already bought our tickets and I couldn't stop laughing because Curtis, we were just, whenever we went for a wee walk or whatever, I had a wee puff of my vape, right? Came back, there's a wee bit of a queue forming. So I go, I think we're going to have to get in this queue here. But I said that, it probably took me about 12 minutes to say it, right? And Curtis was like, yeah. So he started walking slowly toward where the queue looked like it was ending. And I don't know why, I just took, the security guy was like, Curtis went, just stand over here, yeah? And he was like, yeah, mate, move along, come on. All right, show's starting soon. Calm down. Like the Curtis. And he was the most calm. Zen.
He's actually
He was
stoned.
actually creating a hype as if like he was fucking fighting people off to get into this
Aye.
show. But it was the way he turned around to Curtis and went, calm down, like stay
Wise up.
calm. And Curtis didn't even realise he's in a wee world of his own. I looked at him and went, yeah, stay calm, calm down.
Calm
Like,
down, you.
You're going to get into the show. Like, stop freaking out. And he was like, what?
You've
And I
got
was
your
like,
tickets.
fucking there already. Turn the trunks of yourself trying to get in. Your man's even telling you to calm down, like fucking security. He went, did he just tell me to calm down? I went, yeah, he
You
says.
fucking relax, Curtis.
Can't relax. He did say relax to him as well. He was like, relax. I was
His
like,
eyes
yeah,
are-
relax.
He's like, his eyes rolling back in his head. He's so relaxed. He's like,
Aye, and they were like, well, he didn't even know where he was exactly. So whenever
right
we
now,
get
five of the
in,
week,
there was
right
this
over a
moment
couple.
though, and he thinks whether or not this is a female thing or it's a Brona thing, who
Right.
knows? But I noticed all the wee micro mannerisms of people. So
Yes.
whenever the show was about to begin, that bouncer, smarmy cockney git, right?
Yes.
He walked in where we were all sitting and stood there and did this sort of gesture to one of the strippers. And it was a very possessive
It's like,
gesture.
You're my bitch.
I think he was showing off to the men that were there as if to say, like, I can talk to these people and I can touch these women if I want to, but yous can't. Like, that is what I picked. I cannot explain how I got this from him, but see the way he walked in. It was
Aye.
very peacocky. It was very, and he just done something like that to one of the women and went, and I could tell that they were repulsed by him.
Yeah.
Because they're sort of physically like fucking Johnny's on again, just put up with it. Do you know one of them ones? And I was like, and Curtis was going to me, how did you get all that out of it? And I was like, I'm telling you now, it's not just, that is how it is. But there was a fella there and he couldn't wait to get up. He get picked, right? His day had come. Chucky or la.
So what happens? He get up and then buck them.
This guy get up. He was in an audience. They invite audience members up to take part for a gig. Part of me was like, this is highly litigious, right?
There's something going on here.
So they got this guy up. He had a beanie. He
What
had a
if you
beanie
caught
on.
a touch of the clap?
Oh my God. See this
Could
guy?
you sue them?
Do you know, I don't know how to put it. Entitled masculinity
Right.
is the word I would use, right? So they go,
No fear of mediocrity.
we need to volunteer. And then they went, you, right? He was standing behind me, a couple of people up, and I was sitting on a stool. They didn't actually pick him. They picked somebody else, right? And he pushed. I mean, I got manhandled so he could get out to get up on this fucking
Get his
stage,
man
right?
handled.
He got his man, very good. He got his man handled, but he sat there the whole time like a Cheshire cat. And even whenever like she took his top off him and all, he still kept his beanie on, so clearly he's balding and insecure about it. And I was going, take off the beanie! Take off the beanie! And
Maybe
he was
his-
like, he was holding on to it, but he was just sitting there
Maybe
with
his
this big
head was cowl.
cheesy Cheshire cat smile, like letting her do it. You know, as if to go,
Go for
I
it, baby.
deserve this, go for it. And it just really sickened me.
Did she suck his wab like?
No, she just like got him on the floor and like sat on his face.
So sexy. Did she suck his wab?
She sat on his
on, you
face
get-
and she,
come on, I will
she
suck
let him
your wab.
suck her ditties or whatever, you know, that kind of stuff.
Right,
But
okay.
he was definitely going to a prostitute straight after, like. He was. And then there was this wee
was put in
Asian
San
like tourist
Francisco,
that
man.
get up and she kept like banging her arse on his face. And he was, at first I was like,
That doesn't sound sexy at all. Banging your arse
she
into
did.
somebody's
She
face.
literally got his head with her leg and started going bang, 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 bang like that. First, I was like, he's not amused. His nose is going to be broke. But then, whenever his head was coming back, I could see him getting happier and happier, and he was just like,
This is great that my head's getting slapped into her hole.
yeah, like fucking wang one in, like absolutely. He was loving it. He loved his life. But yeah, so it was a mad old experience, Amsterdam.
Thank you. I just like, watching like I don't think people think like, I think people think sex is sexier than what it is. Like if you saw yourself having sex, you probably would be like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah, like and Amsterdam for me was an anomalous experience.
Yes. Would you do it again?
Oh, I don't know. I would.
Like do you feel like that's done? Is there other places you'd go first?
I want to go because I didn't get to do the proper Vincent van Gogh museum because it was all sold out in the Reich. So we did
Area.
the experience. So we did the Rembrandt and Van Gogh experience, and we did like loads of stuff.
Van Gogh.
There's more I would like to see, but I think Poland was better. I enjoyed Krakow more than Amsterdam.
Rotterdam's good crack.
Rotterdam or anyway.
Crack off is better crack.
Dutch people
is good crack, isn't
prefer
it?
Rotterdam. Like Dutch people are like Amsterdam's not very Dutch.
Yeah.
It's very
touristic.
It's an anomalous
Rotterdam's
city.
very different to the rest of Netherlands as well because it was like completely bombed out. So it had to be
Really?
all rebuilt. So it's all like
So it
modern.
looks different.
Yeah, it's sort of
I
different.
actually, upon returning to Belfast, I went, Belfast is very Amsterdam-y. Like, see, whenever you look, we are a port city, right? We have the docks, we have the
same
river there.
size, like-
Why does nobody do anything around our river? Why is it empty?
I've been saying this for years.
Like, see, if we made,
Nobody's listening to Luke.
Seeing all
if we made weed legal, we could be the Amsterdam. You know, like that. We have the scenery. Even our architecture looks similar, apart from the wee skinny houses. But see the things like City Hall, that brick, that it's all very Amsterdam.
Well,
It
then, you know,
looks quite the
Belfast has
same.
loads of stuff that was like kind of put in, you know, like during the Troubles. Lots of like lovely things were destroyed, and then it was put in by like I don't know
By who? David Arkwright?
by we
So-
using,
so-
no I don't know by you know these architects.
Pointing fingers here.
I'm not pointing fingers, but just know who you are. I don't need to speak to yourself. But you see these ugly buildings from the 70s and 80s that I was like, did we have like
the office
shires?
buildings.
Did we have shires in concrete?
Must have.
Like it was, there's bits of
Prefab
Belfast,
looking
and you go,
fucking
what
shite.
the fuck is this box? And like even now, if you go like Northern Irish architects,
Well, I think Irish people did. I'm
glass.
sure, was it not an Irishman that invented concrete?
To be
Something like that.
verified.
Could be verified.
TBV,
Belfast is such a mix mash of fucking
different
architectural
styles.
like.
You see,
Yeah.
we've got some beautiful buildings from the Victorian times, lovely builds, and then we've got these ugly, and like modern Northern Irish architects. Do you know what would be lovely? Loads of glass and plastic. No, it wouldn't. It fucking wouldn't. It's ugly. It's rotten. It looks like a. I don't want to live in a house that looks like an office building.
Yeah.
I want fucking pillars.
I want pillars. I want Doric pillars.
Yeah.
I want domes.
I want dome. Why can't I have domes on my house?
Yeah. I want Colvie.
Here, I've been down
Frosting.
to tell you this. Or I told Luke, right? Went to the caravan over the weekend there.
Yes. Where is the caravan?
Cornlock.
Good to get a fish and a fish.
Oh, just up
the
the. That's not.
Did you get him to say it?
I got a voice note. I'll share it with you at the end.
Did you?
I did.
A fish. Did you? Why did you not send that immediately? What's wrong with you?
I should have. But there's something even funnier that happened. Because on the way down, the road to Carn Castle was closed.
Right.
So you had to take like a detour. And me and Nicole wanted to try out Chick-fil-A as well.
Aye.
So we went up
Chick-fil-A.
towards. We went up. No Chick-fil-A sauce.
Do it.
Oh, Chick-fil-A sauce.
So we went the Ballymena way, right? And but turned off before that. Let Google sort of dictate what way we would go.
This is how it starts. This is how Skynet
This is
starts.
what happened.
Let the fucking robots take over.
Next thing you know.
Sometimes Google just has a funny wee way of bringing you places, right?
It does.
I remember one time going to fucking Letterkenny and it brought me over the fucking mountains, like in terms like a utility road.
That's happened to me before.
Jesus Christ,
Sean,
Scary.
And
I
you're
didn't.
literally shitting yourself. You're like, I'm not
I
supposed to be
didn't
on this.
take
And
you.
If anybody comes the other way, I'm dead.
I didn't take you the way you needed. Well, I didn't take the way you wanted to go. I took you the way you needed to go.
Yeah.
And,
And
like,
now
it's-
I'm driving the car for you. 90 miles an hour.
And I'm sleeping.
100 miles
And I'm
an
sleeping with your wife and rearing your child. You're obsolete in your own life now, Sean.
So Nicole was like, what way are we going here? Like, and I was going, I don't know, I've never been this way before. I've been going to fucking Carnock my entire life, and I had never went whatever route Google was bringing me here. I was going through villages that I'd never heard of.
You sure you're not an orange man? They're not known to deviate from their traditional
From the
route.
deviation rate.
Yeah, so they really bug you.
Yeah, it's just like Google was proper parades commissioning me.
Yeah,
So then
that's great.
Diversion.
He got parades commissioned.
that
Google.
was such a fucking give my
At
head piece
Easter
joke.
too! Fucking Easter
You write
Sunday.
that down. Make sure your man fucking
Tim McGarry hears it.
doesn't steal it after you.
So I was driving down this road and we started seeing signs that were mentioning this wee village called Bronagh.
Buckna.
Yeah.
Yes.
As
Yes.
you would,
Oh my God.
Like, and then we were laughing, going,
Stop it.
Irish, your turn, Bronagh, right? And then eventually it brought us on to Bronagh Road, which then
No, this is weird because
Sean say he was doing? What's he doing that
Buckner
for?
Road. Buckner. I hardly even know her.
What are you doing, Sean? Mum Buckner Road. Mum Buckner Road, Mummy. Why are you
Because
doing that?
we went.
Is there a hole in that road? Is there a pothole?
Nicole was like, Bronagh Road, and I was going, if you want.
Hey!
Then I was going, there's Bronagh Field as well. Fuck's
Yo,
sake, why not?
Buckner
Because we were in Glenarm like
we
a few
need to
weeks
do
ago.
something there. We need to record that.
We were in Glenarm a few weeks, Alan and I, because like where we live, you just nip onto the Antrim coast
Yeah.
and just head up that coast, and so you're Glenarm, Kernloch. It's all lovely.
All right,
But
she's living in a
Buckner-
nice place. Get over it.
But
right?
Yeah.
So then we're
in a
also.
shithole.
I was going, if you're driving
Don't
through
hate
it,
the hate, I hate
is your
the
car a
hate.
Bronagh car? And
Buckner car.
then as you get into the village, the first big saying you see is Bronagh Presbyterian Church.
Is that what that wee girl was doing in the town then? Whenever she was. Aye.
God love
And
her.
then you turn around the corner and it says Bronagh Gospel Hall.
Buckner God. Did you take photographs? Please
No,
tell
I
me.
didn't. But I was fucking. I couldn't.
Bronagh
I had to
Gospel
pull over
Hall.
and stop because I was crying.
For
laughing.
anybody not familiar with our terminologies, we say buck instead of fuck. So
The way I love the way you like hesitated there, as if we don't say bad language
I know.
on this podcast. It is. How do I say this?
But whenever we say buck, we don't even mean fuck. We mean like ride. You know, because we're not even abbreviating fuck. We're saying he
No.
bucked her like he rode her.
It's just a no word. It's buck.
Yeah, why do we do that?
Get her bucked.
Buck fast.
Buck fast. Buck fast makes you fuck
Buck
fast.
fast or buck last.
Buck
That's your man Bonnie Blue or your woman Bonnie Blue. Buck fast or buck last.
Jeez. Imagine, poor Bonnie Blue.
Her, she must have been
I
blue.
just think to myself, right, this is what I think the whole thing about Bonnie Blue is, right? Bonnie Blue. Everybody's talking about Bonnie Blue. I want us to talk about
I was
the
talking
men.
about Bonnie Green.
Bonnie Green. I want everybody to talk about the men who go to her. Like why? It's almost like she's like the Bonnie, but like who are these men who like
Stand in a circle jerk.
queued up?
Yeah.
Like they're standing next to, like they're standing
They're
behind
the
another
same
guy.
guys. Some of them probably thought they were in the queue for a fucking Star Wars figurine. You know, like they're the same type of people.
Chewbacca, hardly know her.
Yeah. And you know what? How can you call yourself an incel if there's people?
If you're in Bonnie Blue,
Or if there's prostitution, just pay for it.
but that's why
Involuntarily celibate people.
but that's the whole thing is because they believe
You're not involuntarily celibate, you're just skint.
but they believe that they are
It's a good
entitled to sex from women. That's their
yeah, they
mindset.
do.
That's their mindset
Yeah.
where they're like, why are they not give, like, this is what women are meant to do. Women are meant to have sex. So they're like, oh, in the medieval times, women would have just had sex with me because they would have had to marry me.
Yeah.
And you were like, thankfully it's 2025 and nobody
Yeah.
has to marry a fucking ugly bastard with no
We
job.
want it to be medieval times again.
We want to be medieval times.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't want no scrub.
Yeah, and they're saying it's because they're not like, and I'm a high quality male who doesn't like get the females that I deserve, and you're going, you
were
live in your ma's box room and you're wanking the Fleetwood Mac album.
Let's
Stop
be
that.
honest. Be
Like,
honest.
seriously.
Aye.
Knock it off.
It's like a VHS of your
No,
own
maybe
trash
they're
that your
knocking it
dad
off
fucking
too much.
recorded.
I'm knocking it off too much. That's it. You know what I mean? Get out and get some fucking sunlight. You're practically see through. Do you know what I mean?
We dehydrated man
Yeah,
wanking himself to death.
like
in
you know
his
that
man's
wee
box
thing
room.
in Men in Black whenever they open up your man's head and the wee aliens are going,
Or do you know, like
the galaxy is on Orion's belt.
your fucking
That's the entails.
your jizz is all over Ryan's belt. Like,
Aye.
get that fucking cleaned up, you
Yeah.
dirty bastard.
He's the word at the disco.
This is why nobody goes out with you.
Aye, this is why nobody wants to be your
You
friend.
don't clean the jizz off your fucking socks before
This
you
is
go to
why
work.
mom doesn't fucking love you.
I told you not to come into my room when I'm vacuuming.
I told you not to disturb me when I'm cleaning my room. Officer
Sucked
Doofy.
you as well, I think.
We just went full millennial there.
Sorry, Doofy.
Millennial tilt. Do
Millennial
you know
tilt.
at Anastasia last night, before we go, I'll tell you as much, I was at the Anastasia concert. Thanks very much to Joe Dugan for them tickets, by the way.
Thanks for asking. Was she good? Because I imagine
She was brilliant.
Was she brilliant?
She was brilliant, now I have to say. But
Because it's been a minute.
the thing is, we're old, right? So I'm standing there going, this is fun, great crack. Like, I feel like she was wearing a wig. I couldn't stop looking at the wig.
But maybe I think she might have always had like hair extensions and wigs.
Yeah, maybe. But I just was like, is she dressing deliberately naughties? Or is this just how she dresses?
I think
feel like it was a
Is
costume.
it's a callback.
It was
to
a
like,
callback. But I was like,
with the sunglasses and all.
oh, aye. Yeah. Her voice is unparalleled.
Side alone,
It is brilliant.
cold out
Like,
here.
but you know how you knew that you were standing among a bunch of fucking Gen Zers?
Right. Gen Zs.
Gen Zs. There was a couple of people behind me, and this wee girl, all you hear is they're going. So, because the opening act was on, it was a girl, she was very, very good. Irish name, can't remember it, but she was American. And she was very, very good. And then she finished, and this wee girl behind me went, so that wasn't Anastasia then? And I was like,
Russian history buffs going, so this isn't a play about the lost Romanov princess.
this is Moulin Rouge in Amsterdam.
Sorry, no.
But yeah, she was like, so that wasn't Anastasia then? I was like, why are you taking up my fucking precious space then?
I know,
If
punched
you
her.
don't even know who you're going to see.
Punch this 9-year-old right
Get
in the
her
face.
left outside alone. I
Get her
wonder
left
if you
outside
know how it feels to be left outside
All
alone.
my life I've been waiting for this concert and you're fucking spoiling
You're
it.
fucking spoiling it for me. Like, stop
I'm
it.
sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah, like all day long.
Have we got
But
a swear down?
It's great. We have got a swear down. The swear down is not written,
Oh.
but it is. I actually thought it was funny because it was Auntie Bev gave the swear down, right? The Auntie Bev swear down is a manther, right?
A manther?
A manther.
That does sound like someone with a lisp trying to say something.
No, it sounds like...
I need to know. This is my manther.
No.
Manther?
Oh, I thought it was a mumper. Like, as in, like, a fucking... Somebody from
You're close.
South of America, like, Southern America. Like,
If I give
trying
you a
to say
hint, you want to
Amanda.
work it out?
Is it manther?
A manther, this. I need a man for this. So it's a
What
man.
is your manther?
No,
Manther.
manther. There's a H in there.
A menthol?
Manther. Is it minty?
Manther.
Is it a
I'll
minty?
give you a hint.
Right?
So a cougar is
Oh, so it's like an older woman who attracts younger men.
who chases younger men, wants younger men. A manther is an older man who chases younger women.
That's just a man.
Predator.
That's just
know
a
what I
man.
mean?
That's just a man.
That is just a man.
Isn't it like-
That's Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's Leonardo DiCaprio. Mm-hmm. No.
I laughed. I was like, I'm officially too old to go out with Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, he wouldn't want me.
Sorry.
I'm too old.
I'm sorry, darling.
I know, but a manther, do you not think like it's strange? Sometimes you go, what does... I see actually what women want in an older man, like, because it takes you...
Oh, so it's a young. So
longer to
is a manther the woman looking after for the older man? It's the man who wants a younger woman.
It's an older man who wants a younger woman.
That's all. Like men,
isn't
like, isn't it?
necessarily.
But but a lot of like. Do you remember like Keanu Reeves came out with his girlfriend and his Keanu Reeves like 63
Is it?
or something like that? Like Keanu
Still
Reeves is like
weird.
in his 60s and his girlfriend was like 52, and everybody was applauding him for like an age appropriate girlfriend. Whereas then there's like your man, is it Dane Cook? Dane Cook, massive American comedian in the 90s
I
and
actually
80s.
do find him really.
2000s.
His stand-up sets are really good.
But his girlfriend's 25. He and he's like, and he's known her. They got engaged when she was 25, but he has known her since they've been together since she's 18. He's 54.
What the fuck?
Like there's something like.
I just don't understand. I think it might be, is it an insecurity where they feel like they need an inexperienced, not saying that all young women are unintelligent, but unworldly.
Unworldly, uninformed,
and they
maybe.
kind of want to be able to be the big I am.
I do think that there's like a weird. I do think like men still have like a weird hang up thing about virginity. And they think if we get them young, then they're maybe not.
Psychologically, a lot of Irish men believe that their wives are hers because they let them have sex with them.
That's so strange.
Because, you know, when you look
Would
at
you
that.
not rather go with somebody who has like tricks?
Yeah. I would want somebody.
I
who
don't
knew
want to
what
be
they
like
were
at this age. In my time,
I don't want to be showing anybody instructions.
No.
I want you to know what to do.
I don't want.
And
to
if you
be-
don't know what to do, I want you to be able to take instructions.
if you were not alive during any, if you were not born or alive during any of Britney Spears' original releases, then I don't have any time for you.
That's true. I know how to live without that, love.
I know.
I was not born to make
Email
you
my
happy.
heart.
I love that.
Such a dated song.
Yes.
Email
I know.
to my heart.
But I just think, I actually think now, like, if I was to be looking for a man, I'd want somebody in oil, old Ellen loaded. You know? Like,
I mean, honey, it's far more. It's better to be a divorce. It's better to be a widow than a divorcee.
a widow. Aye. Yeah.
It's a lot more glamorous. Black is always in. All you
Yeah.
need is a wee bit of polish at that top step.
Yeah.
Me down here, I want you.
I don't think I would ever have another man living with me, though.
Would you not? Would you live separately?
Aye.
I do. I like the sleep, like not even just sexual intimacy, just that emotional, physical intimacy of it helps me get to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, like touching someone.
Unless I'm
Yeah.
roasting, it's that middle of the summer,
Yeah.
and you're like, no, I'm going into the spare room.
No, I do like that too, but I reckon I'm alright.
But I wouldn't. But there's the thing as well, with Alan. Like I don't know how much I could do that way. Like you get to that point in your relationship because it has been years of trial and error and work and compromise and communication and love and patience.
It's so much work.
It's so much
is
work,
so
and you
much
get
work.
to the thing, and you don't do it if you don't want to do it. There's no point of doing it without. But then starting that again with somebody new, I'd be like, oh
You wouldn't
no,
be
I just
annoyed.
buck all right, man.
You
I
would
just
not be
wouldn't. I
annoyed.
have friends to talk to.
Exactly.
friends
Living
that-
our best lives. Doing whatever you want.
Yes,
with your
somebody.
mates.
Yeah, it would just be. It would just be like I only
at
need.
that stage in your life, you're like, you want companionship.
Yeah, you'd be like, once you become too interesting for sex, it's a bit like you've ruined it.
Yeah,
We're gonna
that's
have to be
true.
friends now. I'll have to find somebody else.
Yeah,
Do you know? Like it would just have to be. Do you know what I mean? I got friends.
I completely understand where you're coming from.
If I were single again, yeah.
Yeah,
Which hopefully will never. Will know.
will never happen.
I sort of like do sort of because dementia is in our family. I'm always like to Alan, right? One-way ticket to fucking Switzerland. Pack light, love.
Yeah,
Pack light and see as soon as you see that flat line, download Grinder. And
Absolutely. Get out there.
Get your fucking notes.
my only prerequisite
good
is
looking,
that it has
nice
to
man.
be really good to my kids. Do you know what I mean? Like that's it. But do what you want.
Yes, there's that.
You know. But I actually don't. I couldn't be annoyed. And maybe it's just where you are whenever you get to a certain age. You're like that dating business and like getting to know people is all really exciting and interesting and stuff. But also you're like it's hard work.
It's also letting them teaching like them finding out about you.
Yeah. What you not tell them? What do you
What do you
tell
not
them?
tell them? Yes. How much do you share? How quickly?
Yeah.
When do you fart in front of them?
Yeah, that is the main one. The main one is the fart.
Do you just develop like fucking ulcerative colitis, holding up your fucking farts before you, love
I used
her?
to fart in my sleep all the time because I was holding them in during the day. Honestly, like just letting rip.
It was just
Whenever
this,
you're in
like-
a new relationship and you're holding them in, and then you're sleeping and you just fart.
All the artex on the fucking ceilings all melted away, and it's all sort of coming down in stalactites because you farted them fucking.
Do you know there was actually a curious case of a guy who died that way? Do you ever watch that, like, interesting ways people have died
Right.
thing? There was a guy and he had some sort of an ulcerative colitis. He wasn't well.
He
And
wasn't.
He was not well.
Oh my God, you are not well.
You are not one bit well.
You are not one bit
They're
well.
down on the inside. But what happened to him was he was on a sick bed anyway, and he was in.
Was he down,
He
like?
was in his bedroom. I believe
like
he
it.
wasn't down, but he was sick. But he didn't have anybody coming into or out his room or open the door or anything, so he farted that much of the methane actually poisoned him and he died.
He lit up a cigarette and the
What a
whole
way to
house
go.
went like this.
When he
Looked
opened
like
up the
Belfast
window, it
in the
looked like a
70s.
fucking can of deodorant.
CO2s.
My uncle set his own arse on fire whenever he was farting. He used to light his farts, and he accidentally set his house coat on fire. And then whenever
His house coat. So he was wearing his wee house coat.
my ma says my granny and granda were out somewhere, and all the Emmons were in the house. Now, bearing in mind there was 8 of them, and so the house always looked full when they were all home.
Aye.
So they were having some kind of fucking like riot laughter, and our Jamesy let us fart, and then ran around the living room baiting his own arse saying, put me out. And he set my granny's lamp on fire, knocked it over, and she was fucking
Sure she was.
Curtis's mate lit his fart once and actually ended up in the hospital with burns and had to put this stuff on his arsehole because he burnt his bum.
His actual bum hole.
His bum.
He's very lucky.
Because it travelled back in again, you know.
It was like Stargate.
You know, whenever you fart, there must be a wee, like, backdraft.
A wee backdraft.
Backdraft.
Backdoor draft. Backflap.
And on that note, we love you so much and we hope you have a great week. Wish me luck in fucking San Francisco now after Sean.
San Francisco.
Yeah, if you're going, just look after yourself.
Just,
when you're
just keep way out.
Thank you very much. Telling me Granny was asking better.
Mwah.
Back in the 90s when I was a girl, we didn't have the internet to figure out the world. There was no more